So I wanted to make this video to try something new out. And whenever I say balance contracts will help you to achieve greater profits, I know you roll your eyes. And because you've been playing this game for a while now, and so many people, when I meet them, they try to use age on me because they don't realize how old I am. And I admit, the more I learn is the more I realize just how much I do not know. But I'm confident in this. So your aim is you want to achieve your projected profit margins. And as we know in construction, profit margins are low. And your problem is what you believe your problem is that your low profit margins stem from the delivery stage of the project. And so you believe that the client or the employer is mean and unreasonable. The project isn't going as planned in terms of the program, that you're having to spend money that you didn't intend on spending to fix things and make things right. And adding all of that in the pot, there are lots of changes required. So you are running for the hills because cost overrun, and we love in construction to write about cost overrun and program delays. And so we have internalized that to believe that all this is happening um, because it's delivery construction phase, and this happens during delivery construction phase. And so we go into fix it mode, and we try to do things to fix it, like getting more staff on the project, hiring more consultants, throwing money at it, trying to get time in terms of extension of time, changing up your program, hiring more subcontractors. But this issue will just not go away. So here is what I want you to consider. Let's work our way back. Your problem is your profit margins are being reduced. So what I want you to do is to write down all the issues you're facing right now on one project. Just choose one project and write down all the issues that you're facing. And with the help of your cost manager, quantify how much each issue has cost you or is costing you on the project. And after you've done that, I want you to choose one or two of the biggest issues, and you will know this from the quantification that you've done with your cost manager. What are the biggest issues that you can solve right now and will give you some flexibility and some ease in that profit margin? Because we want to move the needle. So we're going to do work that moves the needle. Then I want you to go to your contract and find where in the contract that deals with those issues. Where in the contract, let's say your issue is non payment or late payments, where in the contract deals with that? Let's say your issue is with change notices. There are lots of change notices or variations, and you are not getting paid for them. Where in the contract deals with that? Go and look in the contract. And what you're going to find is that either the issue isn't dealt with in the contract, it's silent, or the issue wasn't dealt properly. It wasn't dealt with properly in the contract, as in it wasn't outlined. It didn't say what will happen if this happened. It didn't deal with the issue in a way that would have prevented this happening. So after you've done all of that, now I want you to go and sit down with a construction contract specialist. Yes, you are going to have to hire in outside help and go through with that specialist everything that you've done above. And together, you're going to come up with a strategy to implement these lessons in all future contracts. So you are going to improve your amendment. You're going to come up with your specialist. You're going to come up with some key clauses that are going to become your template going forward. So whenever you go to negotiate a contract drops in your lap. This is tender stage, bid stage. The draft comes. you are going to look for these clauses and you are going to see if they match up with the best practice clauses that you and your contract specialist have come up with. So you are going to take those lessons forward and start looking at your contract and seeing if it matches up with this that you've agreed with your contract specialist. And so whatever that number one or that number two issue that you selected above, whatever consequence that has on your profit margin, whatever it is costing you, if you do 1 to 5, I guarantee you that as you go forward in future projects, the cost that you spend on these two issues will drastically reduce. And it doesn't stop there. This is a process that you keep doing. You just keep doing it. You just keep choosing issues. You keep quantifying them. You keep going back to the contract to see, how does it deal with it? Is it working for me? Go and sit down with your contract specialist. Come up with some best practices, some clauses that you can use going forward with contract negotiations. When the contract drops, you look for these clauses and you see if it matches up with what your contract specialist has told you. And you will find over time that you will start spending less money or losing money on these issues on your projects. And so that's how you start going to the root of these issues and understand that this is not happening because we are simply in delivery stage. And then you start realizing that this is not happening because, the employer is mean or the project, this is just what happens in construction, as we like to say. No, this is happening because in the contract it is silent or it doesn't address the issue properly. And so you are going to come up now with a plan and a strategy to take forward so that every your next project and every project after that, the lesson is implemented. It's bed down in the contract. You negotiate those terms and you're going to see a turnaround in your business. So I hope that was helpful for you. I hope this is a new way of conveying some of the ideas and information that I have in my head out to you. Have a good day.